This morning, an already battered coastline waiting to take another hit as Hurricane Delta churns closer, strengthening by the minute. The Category 3 hurricane now less than 200 miles off the coast. Storm warning stretching from Texas to Louisiana. The worst part? Delta's on an eerily similar path to the one Hurricane Laura took just 6 weeks ago.
Landfall is forecasted in almost exactly the same area as landfall occurred with Hurricane Laura in southwest Louisiana, in the area of our state that is least prepared to take it.
Least prepared since recovery from Hurricane Laura is barely underway.
Laura was so intense, and things getting a little bit back to normal in Lake Charles was starting to feel pretty good, and then we hear that there's another one coming.
Roberta Palermo works in Lake Charles as a registered nurse, but also owns the Bank Hotel in Lake Arthur.
I mean, I have a part of a roof missing here and a part of a roof at my house missing, and tomorrow will I have a whole roof missing.
In Lake Charles, blue tarps telling the rest of the story. The only shelter for many homes after Hurricane Laura tore through.
I don't know that there's a structure in Calcasieu Parish that doesn't have some type of damage.
The damage and debris, a dangerous combination with another strong hurricane set to strike by nightfall.
The debris that still has yet to be picked up, what risk does that pose?
That's the risk. I mean, that's the problem, is that poses a whole new danger of flying debris, because I don't think it's going to take much to do that. And then you see buildings like this, and we have homes that are in the same shape as this.
Those who live here trying to make sense of a record-breaking storm season in all the wrong ways.
Really, the word is disbelief. Like, how could this be happening again?
And here in Lake Arthur, when that storm does make landfall, we could be seeing a storm surge up to 9 feet high and up to 15 inches of rain. Important to note that it's rare enough to have two hurricanes hit the same area in about a decade, but to have two in the same season, almost inconceivable. And the landfall comparison from Laura to Delta, just 10 to 20 miles apart. Not much. Savannah, Craig, back to you.
Morgan, thank you very much.
All right, our workers keeping a close watch on the storm's path, its impact throughout the weekend. He mentioned the rain, the storm surge. You also mentioned the wind as well.
Winds, it's going to be devastating. There's no way around it. This will be the 10th landfall of 2020. This is a new record for the most in a season. 5th hurricane landfall in 2020. That's the most since 2005. And it's the 5th consecutive above average hurricane season. So it's rough. Right now, a Category 3 storm, 200 miles south of Cameron, Louisiana, with 120 mile per hour winds. It is slowed down, moving north at 12 miles per hour. Landfall sometime this evening as a Category 2 storm. Destructive winds, rain, storm surge. The area has been battered. It is vulnerable. So what they might have survived if this wasn't the case, now they're going to have to worry about this. As it moves on into shore, tomorrow into Sunday, this is bringing heavy flooding rains, even into the mid-Atlantic. The destructive winds, this is going to be a big problem. As you heard the sheriff say, we're talking about a lot of debris being flown around. The winds right now already picking up. You can see a 41 mile per hour in South Marsh, 12 in Lafayette. This is going to continue, and the storm surge is going to be a big issue with the winds on the east side of the Delta flowing in from the Gulf. It's going to bring storm surges up to 11 feet just south of Morgan City, and as that pushes in the shallow Gulf waters, as we've talked about, the destructive forces of the storm surge, just 3 feet can cause big problems, knock people off their feet. You get up to 6 feet, the backs of homes get blown out. And as you get up to 9 feet of storm surge, that moves all the way inland and destroys entire neighborhoods as we push through. So we're going to be watching that. And of course, we can't rule out the rainfall. Locally, up to 15 inches of rain, and the heavy rain, guys, works its way all the way up into the Mississippi River Valley. So this is still going to be a very, very impactful storm.
All right. We'll keep checking with you, Al. Thank you.